Hello everyone, friends. Today I will tell you about the 2016 film called Lady Macbeth. A young girl named Catherine is married to a man much older than her. Before going to bed, a maid named Anna looks after the girl. Left alone, Catherine waits for her husband, who, upon entering the room, immediately makes it clear that the girl will sit at home all the time and not go anywhere. After Alexander's demand to take off her shirt, the tension heats up. The man then turns off the light and goes to bed. In the morning, sitting on the windowsill, the girl looks out the window. So, the first day of her new life flies by. A day later, the next morning, she comes into the room to open the shutters on the windows. Catherine is very sad from such a gray and boring life, and her only entertainment is a window overlooking nature and a fireplace, looking at which she constantly falls asleep. From such a lifestyle, the girl quickly gets tired. Without waiting for the end of dinner, Catherine goes to her room, which Boris, Alexander's father, does not like. He expresses this to Catherine, demanding that the girl not fall asleep but wait for her husband in the bedroom. After Catherine leaves, Boris orders someone to follow her, fulfilling his request. After some time, a drunken Alexander appears in the room, demanding that Catherine take off her clothes. Sitting next to the fireplace, turning her face to the wall as her husband demands, Catherine hears the sound of trousers being unfastened behind her, after which Alexander starts doing manual labor. In the morning, Catherine asks Boris where her husband went. According to the old man, there was an explosion in one of the family's mines, where Alexander went. Tomorrow, Boris is also going to London on business, so the girl will have to be alone for some time in the estate. As soon as the old man leaves the house, Catherine immediately goes outside for the first time in a long while, breathing fresh air. In the morning, she and another maid leave the house, and Catherine, as usual, falls asleep in front of the fireplace. But she wakes up from screams outside. Leaving the house, the girl hears voices in one of the buildings. Entering, Catherine discovers the company workers and, wrapped in a sheet, a girl hanging in the middle of the room. Sebastian, pointing at her, says that they are weighing pigs. Catherine orders them to let the girl go, after which he tells her that since they wasted time and Alexander's money for this entertainment, that girl will now look after them. Returning home, Catherine learns the name of the impudent worker who only recently came to them. In the morning, the girl goes for a walk again, meeting Sebastian. His words that, at home on the other side, Catherine ignores, smiling coquettishly. With the onset of night, the girl hears a knock on the door. Opening it, Catherine finds Sebastian, who says that she is dying of boredom. The girl tries to close the door, but the guy gets into her room, driving Catherine into a corner. Sebastian tries to kiss her, but the girl pushes him away, after which she herself pounces on him with kisses, yearning for male flesh. This is the first morning in this house when the girl wakes up happy. From this day, they constantly meet secretly, Sebastian satisfying their needs. Collecting mushrooms early in the morning, she meets Sebastian walking dogs. The girl hints that his secret meetings with the hostess can end badly, but in response receives only threats. With the onset of night, Catherine comes again to Sebastian through the keyhole. In the morning, the maid enters Catherine's room. She opens the doors and reports that Lester Sr. has returned from a trip to London. At dinner, Boris asks to bring him champagne, which Catherine drank in the absence of men. Without revealing her mistress, the maid is humiliated by Lester Sr., who forces the girl to get on all fours like an animal. Having learned about Catherine's betrayal, Boris goes to the barn where he beats Sebastian, after which he orders him to be locked up. Having learned about this, Catherine demands that the old man release the worker, for which she receives a slap from Lester. Their next quarrel ends with Boris leaving his room, and Catherine propping the door with a chair. The girl then asks Anna to sit next to her, since she does not like to dine alone. She starts questioning the maid about her family. Boris starts knocking on the door, saying that he feels bad, but Catherine orders her not to sit and not to open the door. As soon as the screams and knocks subside, Catherine sends the maid for a doctor, and she runs into the barn where Sebastian is locked. The arriving doctor can only confirm the death of Lester Sr. after some time. Catherine receives a letter from Alexander, who cannot come to her father's funeral. The girl is sure that Alexander hated his father, and that's the whole reason. Having buried the elder Lester, Catherine almost openly begins to date the guy, and the maids discuss the death of the master, in which she blames herself, since that day Boris ate the mushrooms. The girl was collecting mushrooms, because of which she lost the gift of speech. About this, Catherine tells Sebastian, assuring him that the maid, because of her illness, will not be able to tell the master anything. The girl confesses her love to the guy, saying that while she is alive she will never part with him and will follow him anywhere, even to the next world. One night, Catherine wakes up from a noise. Looking out the window, the girl notices Alexander's horse below. Waking up Sebastian, Catherine sends him to the utility room, and she herself begins to wait for her husband, telling him that she woke up from the sounds of the horse. Looking at Catherine, Alexander notices that she has noticeably rounded out, not like before his departure. The girl goes for tea, during which Alexander admits that rumors about her infidelity have reached him, for which he threatens to throw Sebastian out, since Alexander knows everything. Catherine goes to the utility room for the guy. Laying him down, she takes off his pants and climbs on Sebastian in front of Alexander. Enraged, Lester hits the girl and then starts fighting with Sebastian. But Catherine grabs the laces and kills her husband. The lifeless body is buried by Sebastian, hiding the traces of Alexander's return. To cover things further, Catherine takes her husband's horse into the forest, where she kills the animal. From now on, Sebastian suffers from insomnia, but Catherine claims that Alexander himself wanted to kill the guy, they simply got ahead of him. Now they have the right to live a happy life. However, a few days later this is violated by a woman named Agnes. She brings a boy named Teddy to Catherine's house, saying that he is the son and heir of Lester Jr., who was dating her mother. Catherine cannot believe it, but Agnes has official documents testifying to this. Sebastian believes that the woman is lying, since only he could have gotten Catherine pregnant.
Get off me.
With the presence of the boy in the house, Sebastian refuses to meet with Catherine. If they are spotted, the guy will have to leave. Therefore, for now, Catherine has to forget about their meetings. Watching the boy play in the morning with the maids, Catherine notices Sebastian walking with a sled. The girl runs out into the street, where he starts pestering her. Catherine pushes him away, because of which the boy runs away in tears. Still unable to reach Sebastian, Catherine returns to her room, where later the maid comes, saying that they cannot find the boy. With all the personnel, they go to look for him. Sebastian finds the boy at the waterfall. Looking at the boy in the stormy river, a sinister plan matures in the guy's head, but conscience still prevails. Sebastian brings Teddy back, where he begins to scold him. Catherine asks the guy to bring the boy a blanket because he was very cold. Not wanting to endure humiliation, Sebastian is going to leave the estate, telling Catherine about the perfect opportunity to cut out the heir of the Lesters, which he did not take advantage of. But Catherine asks him to wait. Entering the room where Agnes is on duty by the bed, Catherine persuades the woman to sleep, saying she will look after the boy during this time. When Agnes leaves, Catherine lets Sebastian into the room through the window, and together they get rid of the little heir. Sitting next to the body, Catherine waits for dawn until the maid appears in the room. At the same time, Sebastian's feelings overwhelm him. Drinking wine, he cries over Alexander Lester's grave. Afterwards, he rushes back to the estate, where Catherine deceives the doctors about how she fell asleep and, when she woke up, the boy was already dead. She points to the child's fresh bruises. The doctor asks Catherine if someone could have entered the room while she was asleep. At this moment, Sebastian breaks down. He confesses to the crime, betraying Catherine, and tells the doctor and detective about the murders of Alexander and Boris Lester, whom Catherine had poisoned with mushrooms. The girl denies it, saying that she always picked mushrooms, while Sebastian went to the forest with the maid every morning. It is possible, she claims, that the maid poisoned Lester Sr., since the old man had severely beaten Sebastian and locked him in the solarium the day before. Catherine insists she can refute everything, but only the maid could confirm or deny it. After Boris Lester's death, however, the maid is speechless and cannot testify. Because of this, Sebastian is sent to hard labor. The rest of the servants leave the estate, abandoning the pregnant Catherine in the house, alone. This is where the film ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us which video you'd like to see next. See you in the next one.